And there will be light. Cheers.
Take two.
Two. Cheers.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. The Floyd and Key and Co bike show.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, if you obviously with the night ride you need light, so there's different options. For the bikes that use enduro bikes that comes with a normal light, that light will not be sufficient. It's only a 35 watt bulb, and you're not going to have enough light. So we've had some different options to add some LED lights onto it. This is just an example. These lights you can get on takealot.com. They're quite durable. They're way more cheaper than the ones that you will buy from a fancy outdoor shop. This unit, for example, cost me just over 300 bucks. Go Google on takealot.com and you'll see different options. So the idea of this one is to mount it in front of the bike. It will plug into your existing headlight plug. I just made a different little number plate. The old number plate, cut out some holes just to protect the wiring from getting entangled with some bushes, etc. And that's one option.
We got the actual original light of this. It's an old ASCII number board, so I took this out, mounted one at the back, and I also mounted one on top, which I can adjust basically. Yeah, and this actually fits perfectly, and then also with the original wiring loom from I'll just plug it into my existing light, and that's basically that. Yeah. There's quite a few options out there, but yeah, like Leon said, you can buy this at any good online store.
If your bike don't have a battery option, or it's not an enduro version, it might be a cross country or a MX bike. Alternative is to make use of a mountain bike light. They're quite strong light as well, anything between 1,000 and 3,000 lumens, which is quite enough light for the night ride. You can either add it onto your bike. There's a battery pack, and also advisable to add one to your helmet as well. As you will be turning, you can see around the corner, as the bike will only see the area in front of it. So, and it's got some nice makeup there as well.
So I just bought this LED headlight, but you can also use this for your actual for your main light on your bike. But the nice thing about the helmet light, I mean, there's some mounts that you can actually mount it on your GoPro. Most guys have got GoPro helmet mounts already, so you can try and make a plan to mount it on your GoPro mount as well. But yeah, the nice thing about this is where you look around, you'll have a light. So there'll always be light where you're actually looking, which is also just a plus. And then the extra thing to have with especially with a night ride, is to have an extra spare light. Just put it in your backpack, your camelback. It's always nice to have it just as a backup, to have a spare light.
So that's also one of our tips, to make sure that you have a spare torch or a small little headlight battery operated that you can take with you. And I think if you go through the tips, first aid kit, quite important to bring your first aid kit with, make sure that everything is in there that you need. Riding at night, the risk is higher of accidents as during the day. Obviously you can't see as much as what you can see during the day. Also shade will throw you off. So you were not sure if that's a shade or is it a puddle of water. So yes, important, make sure that your first aid kit is with you, and hopefully you won't need to use it.
Yeah, you can get your first aid kit at all good pharmacies or Cape Union Mart, or one of those big stores. They've got a basic first aid kit, but yeah, make sure there's at least a space blanket in your kit for whatever reason. But yeah, that's probably golden rules. Always have a medical kit, first aid kit with you.
And then communication, your second tip. So make sure you take your cell phone with you. If you do a normal ride, make sure you've got the contact person, that you've got a number on that you can phone in case of emergency. But in the event that we're planning, we will provide a number, which is one of the officials, that we can get marshals to actually get to you if you get stuck or if there's a breakdown and you need help. So just make sure it's charged and you've got the number that will be given to you at the event.
Yeah, like Leon said, where we're riding, the loop will be probably about 20 k's long, and there is throughout the farm there's cell phone reception, so there shouldn't be an issue with communication.
Then a third tip, obviously you mentioned about the small torch. any small little torch that we mentioned earlier that you can take with, just to make sure that you've got light in case your bike light fails or your helmet bike fails, or if you've got a breakdown, then at least you've got some light to assess the breakdown and fix it.
Yeah, the other tip, tip number 4.
Yeah, tip number 4.
I don't know if it's the wine. Anyways, obviously night riding, it's advisable to ride with clear goggles, a clear lens. Obviously the tinted goggles doesn't work so nice at night. So we recommend you get yourself clear goggles. If you don't have clear goggles, you can just buy the actual lens, whatever brand of goggle you've got. Most of them has got clear lenses available.
And I think the last tip that we have is really, it's more about safety and the enjoyment as well. So use your first lap as a sighting lap. Things change from day to night time. You think you know the route, you think you know your way around, but things are completely different. So use the first lap as a sighting lap, get used to it. Most of all, it's important to have fun. It's not a race, so don't try and race people there. And then on your second lap, you can start pushing you a bit and go faster as you start to know the lap, and take it from there. But I think the best of all is just to make sure you have fun, and important to be safe out there.
So safety first, so especially on a night ride, you need to have a sighting lap just to make sure that you know the track.
Oh, and I think that's about it. So
yes, guys, we'll see you on the 6th, the Friday night, and then the 7th, the Saturday, will be a normal fun enduro. So I hope we see you there. We'll mount our lights on the bike and with the helmet lights, but watch out for that video soon. We'll have a glass of red, you guys. Cheers, thanks.
Cheers, thank you, enjoy.
Yeah.
And you're going out.